Vitality, but it would be a huge surprise if either of the other teams, with massive respect to both of them, were to beat either Vitality or BDS here, especially with the attacking prowess that Vitality have. Look how easy Alpha makes it look. When he gets an air dribble, look at that. 1 touch, 2 touch, and there's K-Dot for 1-0.
Alpha sending it over the top of everybody, and K-Dot take can continue, but yeah, they had such an amazing performance back in Regional 3. If anybody didn't watch that, I'd recommend going and seeing it because Gibbs is not lying. That is the best we've ever seen them. And K-Dot wants a bit of revenge from me, saying he just poaches goals. Man sets them up as well.
I was going to say, that was not a goal poacher's goal. That was a lovely piece of mechanics there from K-Dot onto the backboard. Very best already today.
The Endpoint earlier on were playing a fantastic match. Ended up taking down the number 3 team that I would regard in Europe. And Metanoris, on that long shot, will be securing the first goal for Endpoint. And maybe, just maybe, Extra knows what he's talking about when he said the Endpoint are top 3 in Europe.
It's something Metanoris does time and time again when he gets these intercept transition. And that's why you saw there that he managed to get it on target. And Endpoint get a fairly free goal by Metanoris' standards.
And relating wave pinches it central. And that ends up going in. The drawing goal ends up being the most unique one we've seen so far. That pinch from the side wall, reminiscent of one that I believe Astral scored a few. Strong here. Can he get it away from just looming Vitality players? Gets one, but K-Dot proves too much.
Yeah, it's good play there from Metanoris, but Fairypeak does end up with a chance, and Fairypeak should score. How quickly does he go up? And all he needs is one opportunity to punish Endpoint.
It was off the back of Alpha's touch as well. Relating wave, a full car length away from getting there. And Fairy somehow getting the touch over the top. Vitality, game number 1. It was close, but they take it. So the least demoed team in Regional 3, only getting demoed twice per game on average.
Oh, Endpoint are going to have to go to that plan B we talked about in the pre-show, where they play a more standard style of Rocket League, but it won't matter when K-Dop is getting air dribbles like that.
It was K-Dop's air dribble as well as Alpha's demolish on Virtuoso, the man who led so happily. Vitality can dodge demos, and Virtuoso being pretty blunted. The numbers are not on Endpoint's side here, and that is a long shot from K-Dop. No demos necessary. 2 for Vitality.
Now there's the goal poaching you talked about. Just dodge it towards the goal and let Fairypeak do. Actually, Fairypeak didn't even do anything. I take it back. Do you know what? That was a really nice finish. Teammates have in him. Alpha just knows that Fairypeak is winning this one. And look what Vitality are doing as well. Really going for these bumps. Another one now from Alpha. And it's going to lead to a goal. Every single time a Vitality player rotated out there, but K-Dop went for Metanoris in the corner. And then Alpha doubling down. Endpoint have got no chance.
That was all Alpha. Fairypeak with a sublime finish to send it to...
Oh, Metanoris tried to redirect it in, but he got too much on the ball. That could have been a goal that at least gave Endpoint a chance, but then Alpha's reads. This could lead to a goal as well.
Virtuoso just stops under that ball and just doesn't fancy it. Look, turns for it and goes, tries to roll it over his shoulder like we've seen him do so frequently to try and throw off the defense.
Yeah, but that'd be a stomping should Vitality make it.
Not at all. The second game, though, has been a stomping as Vitality take it 4-0. The first one being a tight overtime. Saved away by Vert on that backboard.
Good block.
So far, Vitality held to 1 shot per player. Endpoint have actually had more fun. Metanoris, despite being credited with the save, scores the first goal. Oh no, was it Metanoris? Yeah, it was.
It was.
Oh, that's pain.
They're still going. Virtuoso gets a double, gets a bit too much pace on that ball, so won't be able to do anything with it. But the frustrating thing here, Stumpy, is that I'd say Endpoint have been the better team in this third game, but they're 2 goals down, and it's getting away from them.
Vitality are just taking every opportunity they get and trying to then stretch that Endpoint defense as much as they're getting a third. That's all they are hoping for right now. But
relentless
chance. Metanoris, chance to go central. Shot. Relating wave. Securing the ranked special. Doesn't mean that double touch, but he gets the first goal off the triple commit.
That is what we call a Champ 3 double tap. And while Virtuoso tries his best to get some bumps and demos, it's just not going to happen. This is the final chance. Fairypeak closes it down. And the ball hits the floor. So close again for Endpoint. And now they're in... It came off a mistake as well from a Vitality player. It seemed that had let Endpoint in, but even when they themselves are the ones causing the problems, Vitality find a way to fix it, but not that occasion. It's flicked by Virtuoso. Endpoint take the lead.
Virtuoso with that flick over will get the opening goal. K-Dop can't make the touch, but Virtuoso touches Fairy.
Touch there into the corner. K-Dop's closing this down. He's had a great series, K-Dop, as well. Really clean and precise with his shooting. And Fairy puts that one across. This could be it. Alpha shoots, and there's the equalizer. A classic Vitality passing play.
The miss from Fairy Peak is merely a misdirection because he can then cycle back round Alpha to receive Central.
As Virtuoso wants to touch and gets one over the top of K-Dop. Unfortunately for him, it just falls to Fairy Peak, who lets Alpha take control. Oh, just look. Imagine the comms here. The moment Alpha says, I got it.
Oh, man. Fairy Peak can't get that next touch, and Alpha will go in from underneath.
Fairy Peak. Alpha has to be very careful, and he finds Fairy Peak with a huge doink just to get Vitality on the attack. It might be a goal as well. Relating Wave helps it round the corner, and surely, Stumpy, that is game, set, and match for Vitality.
I tell you what it is. It's a doink assist. You don't see them frequently. Relating Wave had to do down by the Frenchman.
I'm so curious to see Alpha's personal rating in this game as well because of all the saves he's made. He's got a hat-trick in this game, the only goal scorer for his team, but that one's sneaking in. It's not over just yet. Virtuoso gives Endpoint a chance.
Falling back down onto it after double committing.
There's the chaos.
Ends up throwing Alpha completely out of whack.
And Grand Finals, Relating Wave puts it to the side. Endpoint need this to happen. There's bumps going on. All sorts of stuff happening for Virtuoso, but Alpha, who else, takes the touch, gets his 4th of the game, and Renault Vitality will be your first finalists.
Vitality must have said at the start of today, let's get this bread. And they've made good on their promise by delivering pain to Endpoint. This has been a huge performance by Vitality to go 7-0 through these major playoffs. And that's it. That's them through. Grand finalists in Vitality.
Another grand final